NBA Straya. How are you going? Hey, yeah. Are you good? You should be. You really ought to be because TGIF. Am I right? It is Friday, July 3rd, all day. July the 3rd be with you and with you. I'm your host, James Clements. This is NBA Straya here in Larry Armour Studios. Tell you what, Larry Armour, bloody hell, costing me an arm and a bloody leg at the moment. That dog, the diabetes, God, he's costing a lot of money. Anyway, hey, real quick show today. I'm just going to read off a list of off-season winners and losers so far. Simple as that. I literally have no notes apart from a list of names. We're going to go bang, 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 bang. It's going. Buck, 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 buck. It's going to be very, very fun. Because, look, we have come to a screeching halt when it comes to the NBA free agency. The big news today was Tari Eason signing a deal with the Rockets. Yeah. So that's when you know it's getting thin on the ground, Jim. I know. So let's get into it. Episode 1427 of NBA Straya. Let's go.
This is Josh Giddey.
G'day, this is Andrew Gaze.
This is Jack White.
This is Joe Ingles.
This is Dyson Daniels.
This is Chris Anstey.
This is Matthew Delvedova.
This is Shane Hill.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening and watching NBA Straya.
This is NBA Australia. Let's do it.
Watch out for the shark attack.
You better. Oh, you better watch out for the Golden State Warriors attack if you're Yaxel, their rookie. I don't know, man. It's a lot of shit talking already for a bloke who I don't think has met Draymond yet. Hey, ever seen someone pre-punched in the face more than Yaxel Lenderberg by Draymond? No. That dude is going to bang! He's going to say two words to Draymond, and Draymond's like, that's it. Boosh, 1-2 Costa Zoo. Pour one out for poor Yaxel. We barely knew that. I do like, it's good that it's going back and forth, and there's like a bit of a, ha-ha, this is a bit funny. And then you remember that it's Draymond, and none of it's funny. Because, yeah, he's a psycho, and probably should be in jail for assaulting Jordan Poole and ruining his career. Anyway, hey, let's start today's show with the, is it a daily whip around, Jim? Yes, it is. So usually the daily whip arounders can, the last few days has mostly been about me and the eldest squid just hanging out. It's been good. Did another good bunch of hangs today. He has worked on the Lego Soundwave. It's going very well. We got to go for a big walk to drop off the baby squid. And that's just been good hangs. Now, he punched through a bunch of Transformers, the cartoon, the original one. And he's just like rattling off facts about this. And I'm like, yeah, I know that. He's like, how do you know that? I'm like, well, I was here the first time that these aired. And I remember all this because that's your dad's weird, dumb brain. Anyway, and yeah, most of the time we watched a bunch of that Portugal-Croatia game. Bit of the hashtag World Cup Straya. That was pretty fun. Still kind of reckon they dogged the boys at the end there. Poor Croatia. But what were they still doing playing? 10 minutes of extra. 16 minutes later. It was chaos. Anyway, so a little bit of news before we just dive into the winners and losers. And like, as I said, we're going to Queensland on Monday. We're up in FNQ. Flying up to Cairns. They're going for a bit of a burl. Going down to Mission Beach. It's not far north, is it? It's fairly north. Go on the reef, go fishing, hang out, drink some tins. So yeah, if anyone's got any tips for Mission Beach, send them through all the associated areas. Yeah, so we'll do winners and losers and then sort of the remaining things to finish off and just sort of leave it all hanging. And if anything crazy goes down while I'm away, too bad. I don't think I'm going to do a show while I'm up there. Right, so the news that's been happening today, it is not much. As I mentioned, Tari Eason back with the Houston Rockets with a, 5-year, $81 million deal. That's good because, I mean, it was so weird this Houston season, right? Like, their entire thing was defense, hard-nosed defense. We've got Amen Thompson, we've got Tari Eason, we'll be all defense. And then Kevin Durant rocks up and he's like, I'm old and I'm good. Give me the ball. It's like, Kevin, can you play some defense? He's like, yes, but you're not going to like it. I hate LP Şengün. I hate all these guys. That little white kid annoys me. It's like, okay, thanks, Kevin. But still, like, keeping Tari Eason with that extension, 5 years, cheap bucks, don't mind it. Very, very nice. What else? Kyle Anderson is off to the Raptors to go hang out with his old mucker. Kawhi. A 1 year deal. 3.9 mil. Oh, Jim. What agent made that transaction? I don't fucking care. That sham shit with the agents, that is the worst fucking sort of ball gargling I hate it. I wouldn't happen if it weren't for the machinations of the agents, this guy and this guy from Fuckheads Anonymous. It's like, for fuck's sake. It is, like, that's their job. Like, shut the fuck. No, I get that this is like transactional for you, Shams, but how did we get to this spot? How are ESPN's journalistic standards? I get that it's on X, the everything app. It's all happening on X. And it's not like exactly as he's getting the fucking agents to write the articles for him that are appearing on ESPN.com. But at some point, shouldn't somebody just tap him on the shoulder and go, Shams, you can't have the agents write the tweets for you. Like, what are we doing here, man? Like, the way you're describing Q Grimes seems like the journalistic integrity has gone completely out the fucking window, mate. But yes, I think we're well past that with Shams, aren't we? Absolute ball-gargling freakazoid that he is. Right. What else is going on? Tyus Jones. He's back on he's to the Nugs, 1 year deal. Tyus Jones fits into the John Collins, Delon Wright, Aaron Holiday, Justin Holiday sort of tier of, oh, wow. And like people who are like, I know ball go, yeah, man, Tyus Jones, that'd be really, really good. And then you get Tyus Jones and you're like, well, this is certainly whelming. It's a whelming tier of dudes. Pat Spencer's off to the Suns on a 2-way deal. Don't mind that. He's got a bit of shit to him. And I guess the other sort of big-ish one outside of Tari Eason was Anthony Penny Simons off to the Sixers, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Sixers, who replaced Kelly Oubre with Jaylen Brown. And now they get Anthony Penny Simons on a pretty cheap deal, which is not bad, good size. Because 2 years, 12.3 mil is chump change. And suddenly you got like a primo bench guard scorer behind VJ, behind Maxey, behind Jaylen Brown. I love it. They need some size, the Sixers, but other than that, holy moly. Look, no prizes for guessing who's going to be on my winners list in a second. But Jim, what about Daquan Plowden? What about him? Yeah, he's on the Kings again, so that's good. There's also the two other sort of bits and bobs that aren't free agent related. The NBA will be trialing the one free throw just to get all the points during Summer League, right? So this is where you basically, they've been using it in the G League as well since like 1920, I think. 2019-20, not 19-20-20, 19-20-20. Fuck, remember operator, please? Jesus, that was a bunch of kids you just wanted to, fucking smy little gits. Met them once. Lovely. But then it's weird. The game switched back to the standard free throw rule when they get to under 2 minutes and for overtime. So it's a bit weird. And they're also, so talking about that World Cup game today where they're trying to figure out the offside and who's has come off. The sensors in the ball, basically they've got Snicko. They're looking at trialing that as well for the basketball. Great. Now we get to spend more fucking time reviewing shit. But if it can be as quick as like the soccer VAR, I actually don't mind it. So yeah, speed it up, motherfuckers. So the free throw thing, basically what? One free throw to essentially, any foul, 1, 2, or 3, you hit it and boom, off you go. So not bad. In terms of missing it, go again, I guess. Weird one. Also, Billy Donovan, he's back in POG form. No, he's actually back in assistant coach form, which is pretty smart. He's gone to the Spurs, which feels very much like a Mitch Johnson. We're not going to fire you, but if, like, you just made the finals, we get it. We think you're a very good young coach, Mitch Johnson. But some of that finals run left a little bit to be desired. So here's Billy Donovan just to whisper in your ear and take your job if you fuck up. So yeah, a bit weird, but don't mind that, I guess. I feel like Billy Donovan would have been good in Orlando, but here I am just screaming into the ether. That's about it. Seriously, that was all. So, Jim, what's going on still? Well, there's not much else sort of out there, really, is there? It's like the summer of LeBron 2.0. The fact that we're doing this in 2026 after the original decision in 2010 blows your fucking mind. It would be amazing if he just ran it back and got like the Boys and Girls Club of America, sat a bunch of kids down there, hung out with like a fucking golf commentator, wore a bad shirt, and said, I'm taking my talents to South Beach or Cleveland. This is for you, Yeah. We still have, Kuminga out there, Draymond, Brad Beal, Westbrook. There's not much else going on, though. LeBron, Jaylen Duran. So, let's do our off-season winners and losers so far. Oh,
my God. I won! Recapping our day's top story, the winner of today's state lottery is me, Ken Brockman.
Got a picture of me? Yeah. Yeah, that'd be the New York Knicks. But Jim, they lost Mitch. Look, they lost Mitch Robinson. Sure. Yeah, it sucks. It's tough. But they are still the champions, and they are the off-season winners until proven otherwise. Losing Mitch is a bit of a kick in the dick. I get it. And he was like very, very important at different parts of that playoff run. I really want to know how he broke his hand. How has this not come out now that he's on Boston? But anyway, the Knicks are still off-season winners because they won the fucking title and they still have the nucleus of their team. And everybody's making moves to catch up to them now, which is kind of cool. Obviously, the other winner, Philly. Why is that, Jim? Well, they got Jaylen Brown for a bag of peanuts named Paul George and his fuck knees and the fact that he's 36. Full name? Question mark. But yes, getting rid of Paul George was like one of their off-season priorities, and having to they were like, oh God, we're going to have to attach a pick to get rid of Paul George. Wait a minute, we give you one more pick and we get Jaylen Brown back? Holy shit. Like, how hard do you reckon they laughed when they hung up the phone on Brad Stevens? They're like, is he pranking us? Jaylen Brown for the fucking cooked carcass of Paul George? Nobody fucking say it. Nobody breathe. God damn it. Just send this into Adam Silver right now. Fucking Jesus. Like, absolute chaos. Because as I said on yesterday's show, right, so much of this means like you don't have to really worry so much about Embiid's prime anymore. You sort of got this weird strata of timelines where you've got Maxey and VJ, and you've now brought in like and absolutely in his prime Jaylen Brown. And like they're your dudes, and like Embiid becomes like a luxury when he's actually out there and playing. It's like, big fella, just get as healthy as you can and we'll figure it all out later. And so this is such a great all-round move where you get off the Paul George just behemoth bullshit contract. You foist it onto one of your rivals. You've got a dude who plays all the time rather than a dude who plays some of the time, maybe. Maxey plays all the time when he's fucking up and about. VJ's a weapon. I love this offseason for Philly as well. They get Dean Wade. They also now add Anthony Penny-Simons. So suddenly, they've gotten younger, they've gotten better, and they've got a fuck ton of shooting around Maxey, Embiid, and Brown, and I love it. Right, they probably go into next year just going, oh, shit. Are they the second or third best team in the East behind like the Knicks? And I don't know. Are they the second best? Probably. Toronto's like, hello, what about us, Jim? And there you go. That's my second winner outside of New York and Philly. So that'd be the third then, Jim. Yes, the third. It would be like, yes, Toronto paid a lot to go get Kawhi. They pry Kawhi Leonard from the LA Clippers. And when I say pry, like, I don't know if the Clippers were that excited to keep him around with the aspiration scandal hanging over their heads. Him just being there and being weird all the time. All that sort of stuff. And so when Toronto were like, oh, yeah, we'll give you 2 firsts. Again, I don't know how quickly LA would have been like, oh, fuck, yeah, call that in now, before they fucking renege. Get it in, quick, right? I think we've all been in that situation where, like, you know, you're trying to seal the deal with, like, a lady, and you're trying to play it cool. And it's hard. You're like, oh, God, wait, am I in here? Holy shit. Like, to be honest, that's still, like, it's still to this very day, almost 20 years later, I am still confused as to why old mate, ended up hooking up with your old mate Jim. It makes no sense. She's a smoke show. I'm a moron. And I look like this, right? Makes no sense. And so the entire time in your brain is like, don't fuck it up, 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 don't fuck it up. Play it cool, be cool, man, be cool, don't fuck it up, be cool. And for me, who's a moron, it's really difficult to not fuck it up and be cool because I'm not cool and I will 100% fuck shit up. Managed to not fuck it up, and here we are. So the Clippers are going to be like, let's not fuck it up. We're the Clippers. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. Here's Kawhi. Thank you for the picks and the players, and we will go about our merry business and rebuild on the fly. So Toronto are a winner, off-season winner, because, I mean, even slow-mo Cole Anderson is like an addition, but they've just gone, right, fuck it. Spindles Ingram, Grady Dick, don't matter to us. Kawhi Leonard, franchise hero for a single year, finals MVP, finals, NBA champion. And he comes back. Yes, he's old as shit, but it doesn't matter. We pay him for 3 years. That's our window. What were we doing before this? And the answer is fucking nothing. Like, the Raptors had zero chance of winning the title last year. Did they have a chance of winning it next year? Probably not. They had a lot of injuries last year. This year, maybe you've got IQ, you've got Pirtle, but now you've got a puncher's chance all of a sudden because you've got Kawhi Leonard. And as we've seen, yes, he actually won more playoff series as a Raptor than he did in his entire run with the Clippers, which is crazy, but also very, very funny. So the thing is, he gets back there. He's got a really solid crew around him all of a sudden on that team. What's that? 5 years in Clippersville, and he didn't win as many playoff series as he did in 6 years. Fucking hell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's right. He was there 7 years, played for 6. Jesus. And won more playoff series in his single year in Toronto than he did the entire time with the Clippers. So, look, Toronto, though, puncher's chance. You've got Scotty Barnes. You've got RJ Barrett. Now you've got Kawhi Leonard. You've got Calamari Boyles, who he is awesome. and a defensive weapon. I love that. If you get Emmanuel quickly back, you've got Shed, you've got some weapons. You've got a puncher's chance now in the East, and that was way better than your weird middling fuckery that you're up to. Toronto, big winner. Third or fourth team in the East right now. Like, Detroit have fucked around and found out. Cleveland are just fucking up shit creek without a paddle. And no, wing dudes. Not great. All these other sort of East contenders, Philly and Toronto have just jumped right up there with the Knicks right now. The Clippers are obviously winners as well because they got out of the Kawhi Leonard business, which was probably not a business they should have gotten into at this time anyway, but here they were. You can't really fault them, but he's such a fucking weird unit that, paying him and then paying him under the table maybe was a good idea at the time. You pair him with Paul George, you think you've got like your Tatum and Brown West. Unfortunately, you forgot to factor in the simple fact that, the health thing with both of them. And then it all went fucking sideways and they were shit. So, but the Clippers now have got a real just clear reset. Fuck it. We've got a bunch of picks coming. We've got some young dudes. We've got Garland. We've got Wagler. We've got some dudes. Let's have a crack. See how it all goes. Love it. Big, big, big off-season winners for me. Minnesota. I don't... Remember the LaMelo trade? It feels like it was 8 years ago. That shit's just falling through the fucking cracks. They are off-season winners, however. They get rid of Julius Randle. They bring back Ayo. Ayo. You've got Ant-Man. You've got McDaniels. You've got Gobert. You trade Naz Reid, and you get LaMelo, and now you get to pair LaMelo Ball with Ant-Man. And you might have just super juiced your offense to a fucking terrifying degree, which could be hilarious. It could be very weird. It could be awesome. It could also suck because we just don't know if that dude can stay healthy. But, again, zigging when others are zagging, I think is pretty interesting for the Wolves, right? They've still got Gobert, who did have his lunch eaten by Wemby in the playoffs. But if you've got a healthy Ant-Man, a healthy McDaniels, and you've got a healthy LaMelo Ball, providing that sort of backup offensive spark to Ant-Man, driving it. Don't let him drive anything, but at least coordinating the offense, being able to dribble the ball. Having a person like that on your team, I feel like is important for Minnesota. So they just can't key in on Ant-Man. So that's a win. Love that for Minnesota. They're just going a bit fucking just let's rev it. We've got a fucking full hot pink fucking Cybertruck. And Ant-Man's yelling slurs out the window. LaMelo, and he's impregnating just fucking passes by. LaMelo's like got his weird super old partner and having kids called the One Ball. Still, again, child abuse. But I don't know. I feel like they're winners because they've changed as I said, they've changed their risk profile completely. And if it works, it could work amazingly well. It's probably not going to work that great, but it's pretty good. I reckon when you're staring down the barrel of OKC and the Spurs and you're like, right, what can we do? How do we avoid what just happened where Julius Randle was shitting the bed? We've now got Ayo. If we've got healthy Ayo, healthy Ant-Man, healthy LaMelo, Rudy, McDaniels, who fucking knows what we could do? Don't mind it. Again, having a crack. Other big winners, the pedestrians of the state of North Carolina. Because LaMelo Ball is now in Minnesota and not in the state of North Carolina. You can all breathe a sigh of relief. Walker Kessler is a big winner. Why is that, Jim? Well, he got 5 years, $130 million by doing basically about as much as me on an NBA court. So that's pretty fucking good. Getting paid $130 million because you're 7'3", and 2 years ago blocked some shots. Fucking hell, talk about a winner. There is scant evidence that Walker Kessler is really that good at basketball, and the Lakers are locked that fucking right down. 2 unprotected firsts and $130 million over 5 years. Great job, Lakers. Everyone give Rob Pelinka a hand. All right, down to the unemployment line. But, hey, man, Walker Kessler, get your bag, son. Get your bag. Milwaukee, But Jim, how are they winners? Well, they actually, if you look at all these other trades, like especially Jaylen Brown, etc., even LaMelo, the amount of stuff that they got for Giannis is comparatively pretty fucking good, right? Tyler, there goes my hero. A bunch of like Kalel. I love Kalel Ware as well. A bunch of picks, some swaps, all this sort of shit. I still think after everything we've seen in the last like 2 weeks since the Giannis trade, in retrospect, they did pretty well considering the circumstance where they were not going to bring him back. It's what puts the Jaylen Brown trade into an even worse perspective where you're like, how did you guys Luka trade yourself, you fucking idiots? Anyway, Milwaukee, kind of winners. Don't mind that. Flip side, Giannis, he's a winner. Why is that, Jim? There's nobody on that Miami team to play with him. Do you understand how cold it gets in Wisconsin during winter? Giannis getting the fuck out of there, with all due respect to Milwaukee, it is Algonquin for the good land. But Miami should also be like Algonquin for this place fucking rules because it's warm all the time. So, yeah. Other winners, the ancillary Antetokounmpos, right? Fucking Alexis, Costas, probably Thanasis, because they're all just now going to go live somewhere warm with their brother, which is just imagine being in that circumstance as well. Like your brother is like this, the Greek freak, and you just get to like glom on, live in cool places, get all these runoff. What a world. But yeah, Giannis and the ancillary Antetokounmpos, big winners. What else there, Jim? How about the Indiana Pacers? I love that Kelly Oubre move. Yes, the offseason fucked them a little bit in the draft lottery with the number 5 pick going to the Clippers, but they still do have Zoobs. Getting Oubre as that extra wing scorer is massive, I think, for them. Love that. And nobody is thinking about the Pacers. This is a team that was very, 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 very fucking close to winning the title 2 years ago. They went to a Game 7. They were leading at halftime. Their talismanic point guard, Torrey's Achilles, they end up losing the game. OKC are the champs. And then everyone forgot about the Pacers. If Halliburton comes back and he's looking okay, not a given, right? Because of the shingles and all that sort of off-season shit that he's sort of been dealing with. But still, like the Pacers moves, like getting Oubre, they're going to be a fucking problem next year. The East is, like, winners are the East. It is going to be an absolute fucking dogfight next year. I love that. Like, try to find the bad teams in the East that aren't like Brooklyn. Right? Like even Chicago or Milwaukee have got dudes. Brooklyn have actually got Michael Porter Jr. and Julius Randle, but the Nets and the Bucks, outside of that, everybody else looks pretty fucking okay. Like even the Hornets moving LaMelo, addition by subtraction. Anybody? Kobe White driving that car. Rather than fucking crazy, woohoo! Wild card, baby! Yeah!
Why aren't the brakes working?
Because I cut the brakes! Wild card, bitches! Yeah!
Wild card, bitches. Who knows what's going to happen there? Miami have Giannis. Orlando have got a bunch of dudes. Washington got AJ DeBanston. They've got Trae Young and Anthony Davis. It's chaos. The East is awesome. And final winner, LeBron James. Why is that, Jim? Well, he now gets to make it all about him. This is the summer of LeBron. He's 68 years old, and he goes into this summer still being now like the most talked about, chased after free agent remaining, just like 16 fucking years ago. He's got all the records. He's won a bunch of titles. He doesn't give a shit. He wants to go play. He wants to go hang out somewhere where he can play golf inside and outside, live his life, and maybe win another title. It's going to be wildly tiresome, and that's why I'm happy just to do this sort of wrap-up off-season show now, because in case something happens over the weekend, I expect this just to fucking continue on until LeBron just goes, oh yeah, fuck it. Golden State. in like 2 weeks' time or some shit. And you're like, okay, does Jim have to do a show? And then maybe I will. But until then, fuck it. He can do what he wants. So yeah, there you go. LeBron. How about the losers, Jim? How about the losers?
We're not losers. No, you two are winners. Big winners. When I grow up, I want to marry a big winner like you guys. Shut up. Loser. Loser.
Loser. Boston. Oh boy, how the mighty have fallen. Getting clowned. Every Boston fan hates it. A 427-year-old Paul George joins your team. He hasn't been good in a bunch of years. He's super old. Jason Tatum's coming off an Achilles. But you got Mitch Robinson. That's good. But yeah, I broke all this down on yesterday's show. To rehash it, like, you didn't have to trade Jaylen Brown now. You didn't have to trade Jaylen Brown to Philly. You didn't have to trade Jaylen Brown for that scant bullshit kick in the dick return. And it seems like you're now being bossed around, Brad Stevens, by your fucking private equity mates who just bought the team. And that's a fucked place to be in. So yeah. Not great, Bob. Not great. This is the 2024 champs. They won the title 2 years ago. Jaylen Brown won the Finals MVP and Eastern Conference Finals MVP. You kick him to the curb. You've disrespected him long enough. And then you trade him for a fucking bucket of bolts that are held together with like clag and like bird bones. It's fucked. So yeah, you didn't make your team demonstrably better with this trade. You got way fucking older, worse, but you got Mitch Robinson and Mike Conley Jr. If there's another trade coming with a bunch of like those picks or whatever that you did get, fine. But that's for further on. For now, losers, because it was a disaster of a trade then. It's a disaster of a trade now. And with a day and a bit in the rearview mirror, it looks even fucking worse. It's a horror show of a trade for Boston. You done fucked it. Brad Stevens is an off-season loser as well. The boy wonder, couldn't go wrong, won a title. As an executive, look at that. Oh, he's smarter than everybody, learned at the knee of Danny Ainge. Trades Jaylen Brown for Paul George and 2 first-round picks. 1.5 first-round picks, really. God damn. How do you let it get to... Like, I think the big problem I've got with this is how, as like a manager, do you let it get this fucking bad that you're like, oh, God, we just have to get him out of here. At no point do you just have to get him out of here. Like, you can fucking hold on to it. Hold your nose. Don't answer his calls. Ignore him. It doesn't matter. That trade will be there in 2 months' time. Horrible, horrible fucking trade. You've just gone out and gone, all right, quick. Someone hand me the gun. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, I just shot my foot 3 fucking times because I'm a moron. Great job, everybody. Losers, Miami. But, Jim, they got Giannis and they have no other players. Oh, but they got Tim Hardaway Jr. Awesome. It's a cool story. I do love that his dad is like, no, you can't have number 10, motherfucker. That's for Tim Hardaway Sr., the better one, which I love. But, yeah, what is it? Bobby Portis, Bam, Giannis, Davion Mitchell, Simone Vondeggio, Andrew Wiggins. Yeah. I don't know. Miami have got Giannis. You just put some dudes around him if he's healthy. Who fucking knows what can happen? But, yeah, you had to gut your team. It's not great. The Lakers! The cream team.
The Lakers stink!
I don't know, man. The Snowtime Lakers, I'm here for it. Walker Kessler, Jake LaRavia. Is Dalton Connect still there? Let's go the all-white starting 5, he says. The Walker who are you bidding against for Walker Kessler? That's the dude you're going to trade the 2 unprotected first for? Rob Pelinka trying to save his job out here. The Q Grimes deal? Sure. He's fine at that money? I don't know. Right? Mamu? Sure, he's fine at that money? I don't know. Colin the Sexman Sexton as a backup guard behind Reeves and Luka? Yeah, it's all right. But, wow. You've locked yourselves into certainly something. I love it. It's like, I don't know how you can look at this Lakers team and go, yeah, man, we've got the dogs. We're going to go after like OKC and the Spurs. Good fucking luck. That's a horror show. Jaylen Duren, he just got lied to by the Lakers. They're like, they're sitting there during this meeting trying to stop laughing at, yeah, we would offer you, 5-year deal, 135 million. Meanwhile, like they're literally texting Walker Kessler on the side going, sign it, sign the contract. Poor Jaylen Duren, they were just using him. It's a harsh business out there. But yeah, speaking of harsh businesses, he's just sitting there going, oh, man, so is nobody going to give me a contract offer? This is the tough thing about restricted free agency now. You're sort of just left dangling in the fucking wind, aren't you? So tough one for Jaylen Duren. And really, it's kind of, shit playoffs, kind of his own fault. But he's 22. Detroit, I feel like they're trying to do the smart thing of like maybe not spending as much money on the restricted free agent. I feel like I would have just tried to have gone about this in a much more respectful way and gone, if you think you can get a super duper crazy fucking max contract, we love that for you, Jaylen. But we would really like to just lock you away with this one. What do you say? Let's do it all fair. They probably tried that, I guess, but it went sideways. Now you're going to bring him back. They have said they're going to match anything, but yeah, they're sort of just letting him dangle out there. It's a bit fucking tough. Speaking of losers, Detroit basketball, the Pistons. That's right. John Collins, that's a tall cocktail. Isaiah Joe, I like the trade. That's fine, but fuck me dead. The Kevin Huerter extension is like one of the weirdest fucking, why did you do that moves of the offseason? Letting Jaylen Duren dangle over here and doing, oh, that's right, checks notes, fucking nothing else is a horror show for this fucking Pistons team. How do you let Chicago get Norm Powell at that price point and you don't? And you go, look, we'll replace Tobias Harris, who was our second best player, our second best scorer, at least, this season. We'll just let him go. We'll get John Collins. John Collins is one of those great on-paper players. As I said, Delon Wright, the other Holidays, etc., Tyus Jones. The idealized version of them is better than the realistic, actual, literal version of them. John Collins, though, you won't find a bigger fan basically outside of your mate Jim. He's a tall cocktail. And he'll have these moments, but when it comes to nut crunch time, do you really think John Collins is going to be the guy that gets you over the top? I don't know. He's that dude. I would have loved to have seen Norm and another shooter out there, but here we are. Charlotte are somehow losers here as well, right? Because I do think their team will probably be better. They've got Hans Christian Andersen now on that team, right? Which is all very good. But trading away a franchise talisman, and we'll get to Memphis in a second as well, is just hard. And this is all going to lead into something else in a little bit. But it's one of those things where it's like, oh, wow, we're going to sell high. It's like, okay, you sold palatable, as I've said. And when you've had such a weird long time in the wilderness and one guy is like the identifiable line of demarcation for when you got relevant again, to fuck him off, guess what? You're probably going to go back to the wilderness for a little bit unless Con Knipple, Brandon Spindles-Miller turn into like electric superstars. I don't know if they're that dude. Do they get you over the hump eventually? Who knows? But shipping out LaMelo for that return, it still just sits a bit fucking weird with me. LaMelo is also a bit of a loser. He goes from being the face of a franchise. Now he's like second fiddle to Ant-Man, a bit of a tough one. Memphis waited way too long to trade Ja Morant. What they got was a bit of a... Look, yes, they've now got a very solid front court rotation when they add Jeremiah Grant and Chris Murray to it. But yeah, trading Ja Morant. Ja Morant's also another loser as well. But hey, like as we've pointed out, Portland has the highest quotient of strip clubs per capita in the US of A. So he might be okay. Just don't let him near the firearms. But Memphis, yeah, having to trade Ja, I don't know if you had to trade him. It obviously hit an impasse where they had to, but it just sucks. It just sucks. Right? It is so crazy that we went into this year going, oh boy, Trae Young, Ja Morant, LaMelo Ball, they could all get traded. And it's like, nah, they probably won't. And then all three of them did. crazy. Crazy. But yeah, Ja Morant, a bit of a loser because he now goes to a Portland team where they've already got 47 point guards, all of whom are better shooters, ironically, than he. Probably complement each other better than he does, any of them as well. Because you think about Ja Morant, he's like a downhill, north-south kind of dude. He's not giant. The athleticism has waned over the years thanks to all the injuries. It seems very difficult to put him next to Dame. With Giroux and Scoot Henderson there, it's just a bit of a fucking mess. Like, he doesn't get to run his own team. It's just a morass. So a bit of a tough one for Morant. Brooklyn. Oh, but Jim, they did the smart thing and used their cap space and got some... Yeah, they still don't have like an identifiable, that's the fucking dude. Maybe Michael Brown is that, but fuck me. How they haven't shipped off Michael Porter Jr. to Detroit for a bunch of picks, I don't know, man. Golden State. They got the Extreme Zinger Meal back, I guess.
Extreme Zinger Meal.
That's cool. Outside of that, Al Horford's back. Cool. They're waiting on LeBron. So that's certainly something. And I do love that it's like, yeah, we'll get AD and LeBron together. And Washington like, dude, you have to ask us to get our player. We want to keep AD. So bit of a weird one for Golden State. Just if they don't get LeBron, like what's the plan? They're kind of fucked. We'll wait for Jimmy Butler to come back. Okay, good luck with the 37-year-old coming off the ACL. Bloody hell. So yeah, Golden State, bit of a off-season loser. And then finally, and this is sort of what it comes down to, Adam Silver in this fucking second apron in the CBA and this absolute fascination with transactions. Now, I've been covering the NBA for a very long time. I've obviously been a very big fan of the NBA for a very long time. And watching the fascination grow and grow and grow and grow, and the hype and the hype and the hype around the trade deadline and free agency and player movement, it feels like it's gotten to a point where teams are getting rid of a Jaylen Brown or a LaMelo Ball or a Ja Morant, not for basketball reasons. A lot of the time it's like either financial, possibly cultural, whatever. I don't know if it's great for the fans that we all have to do math, right? I don't want to do maths every time I have to talk about basketball. It's I can fit in the mid-level exception, but there's a taxpayer mid-level exception. And I 100% believe that you're keeping your own players. And again, like, you know, having a 7-year-old kid, the other one's there as well, but he's only 3. But the 7-year-old kid who's like, Dad, why is this dude being traded? And it's like, to be honest, it's very complicated. And just imagine all like the Celtics fans, kids out there, just like Jaylen Brown's being traded for Paul George and 2 firsts. And he's like, what? The Clippers building their entire identity around Kawhi and then just pissing him off to Toronto again. Just really weird. And I feel like the direction of the NBA with this transactional stuff, they'll be like, oh, but Jim, the eyeballs across social media is amazing. Is it? Is it? Do you think that helps attendance and grows the game with the eyeballs on social media about transactions? Because I feel like the entire thing, and I've banged on about this for fucking years now, the entire point of the transactions is to get your team better or at least set yourself up for the future to win an NBA title. We have had 8 different teams do that in the last 8 years, so parity is working. But the sort of lack of through lines for some of these teams, I think, is a really fucking bad thing for fandom. Because again, the way my brain works, the way I look back on epochs and eras and identifiable like markers in my life, it comes down to teams, players, who's where, like, just funny moments from those things, memorable moments from those things. And I think it's just so little fucking piecemeal and all this sort of transactional shit that we're so fucking focused on all the time. I don't know if it sort of resonates that it was awesome that the Knicks won the title this year because that resonated and you could see how much that fucking meant, right? Whereas you throw back to like OKC last year, it was kind of like, oh yeah, cool, they won. Shrug, moving on. If that had been Seattle, the place would have burned down, right? So I feel like there needs to be some sort of structure where you're able to not have your players that you drafted count as much against the cap or the luxury tax or something, right? To enable you to not have to jettison the other parts to help keep those superstars or even just have to fucking trade those superstars outright. It just seems really fucking stupid. So, yeah, Adam Silver, once again, oh, but Jim, the social media eyeballs. Great. But how's the game? Right? And then you get this, like, just think about this last 2 weeks. Giannis traded. Julius Randle salary dump. LaMelo traded. Ja traded. LeBron's leaving the Lakers. You get the Kawhi trade. You got the Jaylen Brown trade. There are so many fucking... This is like before, like the shit show that's in New Orleans. It's just all these other... The Lakers going absolutely ham. The Warriors maybe getting LeBron. It's just crazy, right? And it's sort of just like a fucking shake the fucking snow globe each year and just see what happens. I don't know if that's great long term, but anyway. Real quick one. Got a great yeah, nah answer from our man IMB about the yeah, nah that I posed yesterday from our man Kieran about, you know, if he glommed onto the Knicks, is that a bad thing? I really liked IMB's response. Very simple. Because he was just like, yeah, very similar to my approach, right? Where it's like, if there's something that you love about that team and speaks to you, it's fine. I don't care if you're jumping on a bandwagon, whatever. That's what being a fan is, right? It's like something that speaks to you and you just glom onto it. Maybe irrationally. IMB's answer was really, really good. Here we go. Hey, Jim, regarding the fan question. Personally, I break my sports fandom into a few categories. The first tier is completely irrational tribal stuff. This tier is for the Wildcats and the Boomers. There's literally never a thought in my head outside of them being my teams because of where I'm from. I don't know any different. Love that. Perfect. Slightly below that is certain global competitions, cricket, soccer, rugby, etc., World Cups, Ashes, that sort of thing. Love that. Next tier is just stuff I like to see tier. That's often Aussies on NBA teams, fun NBA teams, and I do have a corner of my heart reserved for the Spurs after many years of watching Paddy play. If you're looking for a team to follow in the NBA, my advice would be to do whatever you think is fun and don't take it too seriously. Bang. 100% agree. Well said, IMB. It's a good answer for you there, Kieran. So, you know, jump on the Knicks if that's your vibe. Right, so what's left? As I said at the start, LeBron James, Jaylen Duren. I still think LeBron just ends up with Steph on the Warriors because they could all be a bit fucked if he doesn't. Right? It's pretty funny. Draymond is still opted out. Obviously, Kuminga, he's chatting with Atlanta just to come back anyway. Brad Beal, Westbrook, Aussie Matty T. That'd be good. Rui Hachimura still hasn't signed. There is a bunch of teams sort of chasing after him, but it's not exactly going to move all the needles. And that's real. Like Benny Mathurin still, I think, you know, coming back to the Clippers with the qualifying offer. Who knows? They'll figure out the Harden deal at some point, but that's kind of it. So, yeah, free agency was a bit of a, sure, built around a bunch of really, really crazy other sort of trades and all the other fun stuff. So, yeah, bit weird, bit of a strange few days. Very fun, though. Still, just got to say, we're going to figure out how to keep some of these really, really important dudes and not really fuck over teams with your second apron with guys that you drafted and developed. It sort of seems antithetical to like the entire idea of sports team fandom and like sports leagues and, you know, building someone up and then, oh, well, now we can't afford them. It's like, you're an NBA team. You should be able to afford your own players at all times without having to like ruin your fucking team. Because we're getting to this point where, yeah, you can't have 2 max players on a team. And that's all well and good, I guess, where you want to stop big threes from happening. But at the same time, you want to have at least big 2s. What are we doing? It's weird. But that's it. All right, so unless something crazy happens on the weekend, you won't hear from me from a little bit. Be up in Queensland for the next 2 weeks. Might come back and do another show after that. If not, it's because nothing's happened. So you can still hear me on Footy Unfiltered each week. We've still got Jim Does Supercoach going as well. And of course, NFL Straya will be back before you know it. That'll be fun. Yeah, got some other, fun stuff in the works. So chuck us a rating and review on your podcast apps, your YouTube. Rate, star, subscribe. Be really helpful. This has been one of the most fun years of doing this. So, yeah, be really cool if you bang us a review in. Chuck us some stars. Jump in the comments on YouTube, all that sort of stuff. Make sure you subscribe there too. You can also buy me a coffee. You can buymeacoffee.com/NBA Straya if you want to help out. Help keep the lights on at NBA Straya. You also then join the Dead Set Legends Club. And you get exclusive content every month as well. That's our Patreon, buymeacoffee.com/NBA Straya. We are probably going to change I think we changed the format a little bit this year. And I think we'll continue to do so next season as well. Sort of working through my workflow and what I can and can't do and like what I've got time for and all that sort of shit. So, yeah, we'll figure that out. Take a bit of time, have a bit of a powwow, talk to some mates, see what we can do. Should be good. But yeah, we'll continue doing the buymeacoffee.com/NBA Straya stuff over the off-season, so check that out. Big thanks always go to From Oslo for the intro and outro song, as well as to House Hats, Joshua Delarentis, Fascinator Goldmines, Ramshackle Army, Iowa Sex Jedi, Green, and Dozers. They're behind all the tunes you hear on the show, so smash them on Bandcamp, Triple J and Earth, Facey, Apple Music, Spotify, whatever your streaming platform of choice is. Support Australian bands. That's what NBA Straya does. We'll close it. We'll chuck a Cooking with Bainesy on the end of this one for you as well. But that's it. Unless something crazy happens on the weekend, you won't hear from me for a couple of weeks probably. So it's been an awesome season. Congrats to the Knicks. Congrats to the Sixers for getting Jaylen Brown. The Raptors for getting Kawhi. All the good stuff. Crazy off-season already. We'll see what happens with LeBron. Some fun stuff ahead, no doubt. But this has been awesome. Great season. Thank you all so much for the support. We'll speak to you, no doubt pretty soon. But remember, I'll still be on Footy Unfiltered each week. Jim Does Supercoach, NFL Straya back soon as well. So we'll catch you when we catch you, dickheads. Love you guts. This is NBA Straya saying, look after yourselves, would you? Certainly hug your mates. And go to Queensland. Later, hosen.
Never been better.